so rocking and rolling here. Now, the next thing I want to cover, we talked about defining your goals, but I'm going to come back to the goals a little bit more. So step 7, okay, this is big for you. Step number 7 is you're going to want to go ahead and define your goals, otherwise known as the why, but in these 5 areas. This is huge, because you can't be successful and then have every part of your life terrible except for money. Mm-hmm. So let's get into this. Spirit, mind, body, relationships, and finances. So, we talked about your schedule before. So, you don't have to tell me now, but just I want you to go ahead and write these down. You can marinate for a second. We'll go ahead and give you some time to do it. Spiritual goals, if you have any, you want to write those down. Mind, like skills you want to learn. Let's go ahead and write those down. Body, let's write down your fitness goals. Relationship goals. Financial goals. So often in business, we only write down the business financial goals, but we don't think about relationships and body and our mind and our spirit. All right, so moving on. So define goals. So do you have all those figured out? Spirit, mind, body, relationships, finances?
Yeah.
Okay, so here is the deal. Spirit, you have that goal, but when are you going to do it? So if you look back at your schedule over here, I'm not going to define your faith and really get into that because I'm not an expert in that area, but what I can say is that if we don't schedule a specific time, here we go, if we don't schedule a specific time every day to do that, it won't happen. So spirit, where does it fit? In here. Because you got to be thinking about, well, spirit, where is spirit going to fit in this schedule? Where is mind going to fit in this schedule? Where is body going to fit in this schedule? Where is my relationships going to fit in this schedule? Where's my finances going to fit? Well, this schedule here is pretty much devoted to finances, but yet we don't talk about spirit, we don't talk about mind, we don't talk about body. I would say the 5 a.m. time might be your time where you can focus on your mind.
Yeah.
That might be that. So we got that taken care of. We got your finances taken care of for sure. But what about relationships?
After 7.
Yeah. Hey, maybe that's the deal. So like I know for me, like we have family day every Sunday. So every Sunday, my family comes over from 3 to 5. That's when I do. At night, I'm with my family from like usually 6 on, you know. Fitness, you got to schedule time for that. You just have to, otherwise it won't happen. Cool? Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure as you're building your schedule here, let's make sure that we don't forget to schedule time for spirit, mind, body, relationships, and finances.
Yeah.
Make sense?
I usually put away this Sunday for myself. I put it away just so I can do the spiritual, where I go to church and kind of reboot my whole system, where I also mind kind of goes with it, where I kind of reflect on my last week and think about my next week.
Okay. And then I would say, that might sound crazy, but you're going to be running around doing door hangers every day. That might take care of that. Or you might say, I want to lift weights in the morning, or I want to do a class, or I don't know. But you got to think about that. And then your relationships and your finances. You got to be thinking about all those things. Cool? But anything that's not scheduled won't happen.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So make sure you schedule time for that, okay? Now, as we're moving on here, a mystic statistic. This is something I want to share with you. This blows my mind. According to Gallup, 70% of Americans are negative about their jobs. So 70% of Americans don't like their jobs. 70. So that means I'm sure none of the people watching this, but probably other people. Mm-hmm. Probably not you, but other people. 70% of people don't like their jobs. 7 out of 10 people. Check this out. So let's get into this statistic. I want you to think about this for a second. If 70% of people no likey their job, what percentage of your work, what percentage of the week is work? 5/7. Okay. Now, I'm not a math wizard. So it would be like, well, let's say there was, we're talking over half, right? So people, I'm going to say roughly 70% of your week is work And 70% of people hate their work. So what percentage of people's lives do they hate?
70%.
Yeah, most people hate 70% of their lives. That's terrible.